Okay. That as the defendant, yes. When you torment, right, when you harass, when you intimidate and embarrass a person where that individual had no legal right to serve me, yes. You have an obligation to remove the fucking thing. Now, I obviously didn't commit a crime, but somebody is thinking that, well, we can do this to Paul, but we ourselves cannot be held legally liable for it. I did a little research when I was putting those YouTube videos online about the fraud of the taxation. Yeah. Mhm. And there's a Latin term. Right. Wait a second here. It was tempora. Oh, I forgot what it is. There might be an attorney, but when I just looked at it, it means, well, it's obvious the evidence. It's not juris. I probably will have to look online what it was. It was like tempor, stoppage, stop purchase plan, surrender a charter. It started with a T, or maybe not. Started with a P. Yeah. Cyber theft. Ouch. Testes. No. Terrorism. Ouch. Paper terrorism. State-sponsored international terrorism supported by the sovereign government of each and every state to pursue strategic and political objectives. Ouch. Now let's say it's state-sponsored terrorism. Oh. Now, there is domestic terrorism, oops, terrorism that occurs primarily within the territorial jurisdiction of the United States. I know I'm getting off topic, but it seems that it could be county-sponsored terrorism. Ooch. Now, for all the terrorists that are in the sheriff's department, I'd like to know when you're, well, sovereign government pursues strategic and political. Is it that those that are candidates or have been holding office, yes, have had a very strategic and political objective, yes, of not getting removed from office. Now, this whole concept that the dog's more important than the accused, yes. Is your dog, do they happen to hold office in any county of the United States? Because I'm just kind of thinking that state sponsored could mean county sponsored. Yes. Could be actual state sponsored. Now, this terrorism, yes, that's being used to keep yourselves in office because you don't want to enforce my rights. Oh, the use of threat or violence to intimidate or cause panic. Ouch. Very similar to cyber stalking, isn't it? Intimidation. Oh, harassment. Oh, torment. The embarrassment of being a target of those that are terrorists. Now, terrorism, as a tactic, has a very long history and generally refers to the intentional use of terror-induced fear by an individual or group to amplify the effects of a strategic act. Of violence. Ooh, it has often been associated with actors who are at a distinct military or tactical disadvantage against a larger threat or enemy, and who have limited capacity to strike back on an equal or sustained basis. Hence, the perceived need to use a strategy that would enhance an otherwise limited capacity. Nevertheless, it is also possible to dominate actors, including states, to utilize terror-based tactics, sometimes due to a perceived lack of more creative strategic options, and sometimes due to a sense of impunity and superiority, regardless of the actors or their motivation. At least in contemporary practice, terror is always and everywhere in violation of international law. The Oxford International Encyclopedia of Peace. Now, let's say you're just terrorists. Your family wants to control everything, and you don't happen to be actual oaths of office, but you don't want to remove yourself because you think that if you surround yourself with police officers and sheriffs, you'll never be taken to prison. So, what you decided to do is make up a story that I committed a crime in Sequim, Washington, because I'm that one American citizen that happens to dislike your family. And you thought you used terrorism tactics to keep yourself the political organization of the county. Now, when you really think about this cyber stalking, yes, it looks to me like terrorism is actually what I'm experiencing. Now, maybe the sheriff's department, okay, Bill? Maybe somebody in Stank Out. Maybe you could look at exactly what the fuck terrorism is, because I'll tell you right now.